Good evening, everyone. I'm Shweta. She's Ginny, and we are from Ginny's Planet. And today we have Shruti, who's joining us all the way from Chennai. Hi, Shruti.
Hi Shweta, hi Guru, how are you?
We are fine. Okay, so before we talk to Shruti and introduce Shruti to her, this is about a day on Guinness Planet. We are coming back with the second edition on 17 Jan, which is a Sunday. And from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., we'll have a series of 15 events, workshops, conversations, and anybody who's above the age of 4 years can join. So whether you're a child or a grown up, do book your tickets now. Um, but let's meet Shruti because you're also going to meet Shruti on 17 Jan. She's coming with a conversation on sustainable living, the top tips, and her conversation is scheduled 2 to 2:40 p.m. Um, yeah, so let's get to know Shruti. Shruti, I know that you are a national award-winning filmmaker and you're founder of Goli Soda Store. But what else would you like to tell the audience about yourself? Who are you?
That's a tough question, but I feel I'm constantly evolving. I think that's what makes us all human. But I think the bottom line is I'm a very passionate person in whatever I do. If I take up a task, I make sure I do it well. Even something like running Goli Soda itself, which is a sustainable business, I think I started off first as a sense of duty. I feel we all have a duty towards Mother Earth, and we kind of forget about it in the process of our hurried life. So it's just a little reminder first for myself about how we need to take care of ourselves and the planet. And and if we do something, why not spread the goodwill and uh, the good word around? And I think that's what I always believe. If we do something, it should also be beneficial to others. There's a saying in Sanskrit, Paropakaya Palanti Vriksha, and it goes on, Palopakaya Palanti Nadyaha. So it's about a tree is there to bear fruit, or a nadi flows for its water for somebody else. So I guess our lives are like that. Our lives and bodies are like that. It is for somebody else or for others, for the world. So I believe that's how I live my life.
Right, and of course, we hope to draw a lot from how you live and from your Goli Sura store. So we're going to ask about that in a bit. But can you tell the audience as to what should they expect when they come for your conversation on sustainable living, the top tips?
Uh, Actually, the truth is, there is so much to talk about. I could go on and on because I think the bottom line to anything we do is that you can't be perfect on day one. I think many people who want to, they all have the right intention to lead a sustainable life, or suddenly they feel overwhelmed or they feel lost. And then they say, this is not for me. I don't think this will work for my lifestyle. I hope through my talk, I can simplify this whole thing. And the bottom line is to say, take it slow, like anything else that you do in life. Don't jump into it right away and think, tomorrow your dustbin's going to be empty with no waste. It is a learning process. Like, I feel I am still learning. So I could probably learn from the audience as well. So I think this is a constantly evolving concept. For the way we've lived for so many years, it is very, very difficult to disconnect ourselves with a certain kind of living, but it is also not impossible. So I think I would like to focus on the simplicity and not to be overwhelmed. And probably where are the starting points? Where are the places where you could probably implement small steps towards living a sustainable life?
Right, and I think talking about how we do things practically every day would be a great takeaway for people when they come for your conversation. Yeah, so I am definitely looking forward to it. But before we jump to the other stuff, can we come back to your Goli Soda store? It's an interesting name, and obviously, it's what you do these days. Tell us, how did that come into existence, and what are you doing through it right now?
As I said, this started off as a more like a selfish response to what is happening around. I wanted to do something around uh, what was happening. Enough of the blame game saying the government is not doing enough. I think we are all responsible for the waste uh, generation that's happening around. So I wanted to lead a sustainable life. I always thought I did, but as I said, it's an evolving thing. You learn so much. So ever since I was a child, I was very conscious. But by the time I was in the year 2012 or 13, a lot of like-minded people came together and met and realized I'm doing nothing about it. I might say I'm not carrying a plastic bag after shopping, but that is not enough. Starting from the toothbrush we use is not sustainable. Um, I kept learning and I wanted to have these tools or these things to lead a sustainable life. But at that point, it was so difficult to find these things. So that's how I started the store in 2013. Why Goli Soda? Two reasons. I don't know if this generation is aware of that marble bottle where those aerated drinks used to come. It is quite popular here in the south. So uh, these were aerated sodas, carbonated water that used to come, and the carbon was locked in this goli. And you have to break open the goli, and the fizz comes out, and you have the drink. So that was quite popular at one time, and you had to return the bottle back to the store so that it will be washed, cleaned, and refilled, and it comes back. So that was probably one of the early concepts of reuse and recycle. For me personally, there's a memory associated with it. When I used to visit my grandparents in this little town in Kerala, um, the only form of entertainment was being with the cows or in the rivers or things around. The other entertainment was sitting in a little uh, tea shop opposite our house, and I used to just sit with the old man there and work as his assistant for no pay. So my job was to break open the goli and serve it to the customers. So it's a bit of both, and we wanted like a fun, quirky name to be associated with the brand because that's what we are. We are as fun, as young as uh, the current generation because people think if you have to be eco-friendly, you have to carry a chola and wear kurtas and go back to the old ways of living. But what we're trying to say, you can be fun, you can be in with things, yet be sustainable. So that's what Goli Soda is.
Right. So your goli soda in Delhi people would know it as Banta. So we have Banta bottles.
Okay, okay.
If it started in Delhi, you would have probably called it Banta. So, but yeah, goli soda is a great name, of course. Yeah. So, so of course, I know personally as to why you're coming and giving us your free time and tips on a Guinea a day on Guinea's planet. But why, like for the benefit of audience, why are you giving us that free precious time of yours on 17th Jan?
I honestly don't see it as giving it free. As one thing, of course, is a passion. I think we all need to be educated. As I said, I myself might not be the best. I would not know it all, anything to do with sustainability. But these kind of interactions can open our minds to each other. I've always been keen. A major part of Goli Soda, what Goli Soda does is also education because when we started in 2013, many concepts of what we casually talk about, like upcycle, recycle, or composting at home, or even the word sustainability was hardly used as often as it is today. Um, so we had to invest a lot of our time to get the community together, show demonstrations, talk about the concepts of even terrace gardening. Now everybody is having a little kitchen garden at home. It's become a very normal thing. But at that point, when I said I'm growing vegetables on my terrace, I had a whole bunch of people who came and said, "Can we also see how did you do it?" And that's when the first spark came to us saying, there are people who are enthusiastic to learn so much, but they don't have access to it. I mean, Google and the internet is there, but nothing like talking to somebody who's actually experienced it. So definitely, this is something I would like to talk to people about. And more than anything, I love the work Ginny does. I think she's an amazing concept, and I'm also a new mom. So the whole, I think motherhood makes you look into the concept of empathy far more than ever. Both ways. We have to be empathetic towards people and teach that empathy to our children or the people around she growing around. So I think, that's why I'm here. And of course, I like what you do, and we've now grown to be friends as well. So
Right. Thank you so much, Shruti. So, Ginny and I are very happy that you're coming on 17 Jan to meet us and everybody else. And just taking further from what Shruti said, so Guinea's planet is nurturing a world where nobody feels orphaned out, and nurturing empathy, respect for diversity, nurturing a sense of a spirit of inquiry, and people who question things the way they are is what we do. So we look forward to having you all on 17 Jan, especially for definitely for Shruti's conversation, Sustainable Living, the top tips. So do book your tickets, not just for her conversation, but also many other things that are happening that day. Go to our website, guinnessplanet.com, and see you very, very soon. Yeah. Thank you, Shruti, and thank you,
thank
everybody else.
you. See you all soon. Bye.